Commissioners' General Session. Today is Tuesday, April 1st. This is a public meeting, so if you have your devices, if you could put them on mute, that would be great. First, we are going to start with the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Commissioner O'Grady.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we dive into our usual Tuesday agenda, I am pleased to recognize that April is National County Government Month. This is a time to reflect on the vital role county government plays in the daily lives of our residents, providing essential services, strengthening our communities, and ensuring that Franklin County remains a place where everyone can thrive. From public health and safety to infrastructure, human services, and economic development, counties are at the forefront of delivering critical programs that support every resident every day. Throughout April, we will highlight the many ways Franklin County government works to serve our residents this month and year-round. Residents can also look forward to the release of our annual State of the County report later this month, which will provide a comprehensive look at our accomplishments, challenges, and goals for the future. April is also National Donate Life Month, a time to honor the gift of life made possible through organ, eye, and tissue donation. It's also a time to recognize the strength and hope shared by donors, recipients, and the many families and communities impacted by these powerful acts of generosity. Today, we are joined by Brian Leonard, Community Outreach Coordinator for Lifeline of Ohio, to come and speak. Brian, you can go to the podium.
Good morning. Thank you. Happy to be here. So my name is Brian Leonard. I'm a Community Outreach Coordinator with Lifeline of Ohio. Lifeline of Ohio is one of 55 organ procurement organizations in the United States. We are located on OSU's campus. All 55 of us do the same thing. We promote, we educate on organ, eye, and tissue donation, and we're also the ones who help carry out that decision to save and heal others through organ, eye, and tissue donation at the time of death. Now in the United States, every year on average, we see about 2.5 million tissue transplants performed every year. That's a whole lot of healing thanks to those many, many heroic tissue donors. Now also in the United States, we have over 104,000 people currently waiting for an organ transplant. That includes babies, children, teens, adults, young and old. We know that 60% of those individuals are Black and brown. We know that Black and brown Americans are 3 times more likely to need a transplant than any other ethnicity in the United States. And we also know of those people waiting for an organ, we'll lose 17 of them every day because their transplant didn't come in time. So how do we lower that number? Registering as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. So if you're registered, thank you. It means so, so much. If you're not, you would like to be, or you have questions about this stuff, go to lifelineofohio.org to get answers, to register. You can also learn about our Rooted in Life campaign in partnership with the National Pan-Hellenic Council and learn how we are supporting our Black and brown family, friends, and community members. So yes, April is a couple things. It's also Minority Health Awareness Month. It's also Donate Life Month. So throughout the month of April, we'll see heightened awareness for donation on social media, news, community. And if you and your organization, faith group, would like to have us host a Donation 101, we'd love to do that. If you'd like us to maybe come and hang out at your someplace of your choosing for a little bit and host a registration table, an information table, would love to do that. So go to lifelineofohio.org to also get connected with us through that. Final note, Lifeline of Ohio is fortunate to have 600 plus volunteers that support the work we do. We just simply can't be everywhere all at once. And so our volunteers, made up of donor families, recipients, and people who just want to help, they fill in those gaps and they support events. They come to speaking opportunities, such as my friend over here, Rachel Beltrain. She is going to come up and share her connection to donation with all of you. Rachel.
Thank you, everybody. I am here to talk about my life and experience with Lifeline of Ohio. It actually started when I was a teenager. I went to go get my temps, and they asked me, would you like to be an organ donor? I had no idea what that looked like, what that meant, but my first thought process is, why would I need my organs when I die? So my answer was yes, sure, why not? Fast forward to 2012, in November, I found out I was going to be a first-time mother. I was extremely ecstatic. I've always been Aunt Ray Ray, so being a first-time mother meant so much to me. She was actually a really good baby for me. I had the perfect pregnancy. I mean, minimal weight gain, no exhaustion. I was so active. I danced all the time. I played pool all the time, and it was. I loved pregnancy, and I loved every minute of it. Fast forward to July 19th. That was the day that I was going to welcome Ariana into this world. And her father and I were so happy, but we were so scared at the same time. Unfortunately, there were complications with the delivery, and she had to be rushed to Nationwide Children's Hospital. I unfortunately had to stay at the hospital that I was currently at, and so her father went to go be with her. And once I was able to be with her, I did immediately. And I was so thankful of the time I got to spend there. And unfortunately, the tests that they were running, she was determined to be brain dead. She had lost too much oxygen to the brain. And I didn't want to give up. And the doctors weren't going to give up. The nurses weren't going to give up. Everybody was so caring. Everybody was so compassionate, especially with Ariana. Leaving the hospital each night was dreadful. I couldn't. It was hard for me to do it. But seeing how everybody was able to take care of her and how much love and care that they gave her, it actually made me feel somewhat comfortable to be like, you know what, I know she's in good hands. And Nationwide Children's Hospital did a phenomenal job. Once it was determined that she was brain dead, there was actually a very lovely lady. Her name was Julie, and she came to be with our family at this time. She was in our room. One of the things about our situation was, and we were told, you have a lot of family here. And we do. We have a lot of family, and we stick together, especially during these hard times. And I had a lot of people in the room, and she gracefully brought herself into the room. She introduced us that she was a liaison with Lifeline of Ohio, and told us, about Lifeline of Ohio. At that time, it was hard to listen to. I'm not gonna lie, because we were in a state where it's like, what's gonna happen with our daughter? But Julie, when she was there, it wasn't just about Lifeline of Ohio. She cared for us. She cared for Ariana. She was there every single day with us. She became our family. And we didn't even know her, but she became our family. And we welcomed her with us and to be with us, and she did, without any questions. And she used to go talk to Ariana every single day and say her hellos. Sure enough, we did another test, and it turned out that Ariana was brain dead. After talking with Julie, Ariana's father and I, we talked, and our thought process is we never want another family to go through what we're going through. And if we don't say yes to organ, eye, and tissue donation, what other family is going to hurt because we said no? Who can she help? And so we went ahead and we made the decision to say yes to organ, eye, and tissue donation. At that point, we had a lot of doctors coming in to try and, see what can be donated. And I distinctly remember there was a woman that came in with a machine, and she put a little thing on Ariana's heart, and I was able to see Ariana's heart, and I was able to hear her heartbeat. And it was so beautiful to see. And we took pictures of it. We took so many pictures. But So we said yes, and sure enough, it came to be that there was a 2-month-old baby in New York that was in need of a heart. And Ariana, her heart was able to be donated. And so the doctors came in from New York, they flew in, and everybody from Lifeline of Ohio, they came into our room, and the doctors came into our room. And it made me feel like Ariana's gonna do something special. And so it was our time to say goodbye. And I was so grateful because they allowed us to walk Ariana to the operating room. They took us out to the floor. They allowed us to walk to the room. And not only that, they allowed my entire family to go. So it was like 2 elevators full of people. But we did, and we went. And they assured me that they were going to pray over Ariana before they do anything. And they were going to treat her with love and with care. And I went ahead and I said my goodbyes. But after that, you know, it's when something like that happens, you wonder, is anybody going to remember her? Is anybody going to remember what happened? And one of the things that I'll never forget is I continue to receive letters from Lifeline of Ohio. And even though I didn't respond, even though I didn't go to the events that they were having, I still got another letter, and I still got another letter, and it's come to this event. And I'm like, you know what, like, and they would send even like an anniversary, Ariana, and I'm like, wow, like, they really care, and they're still doing this, and when I'm ready, I know that they'll embrace me. And so I started attending the events. They have a candlelight ceremony, and it's for anyone that had lost a child within the last year. And it was a beautiful ceremony, and I went to it. And going to these events with Lifeline of Ohio, I thought to myself, this is something that I want to be a part of, and I want to help other families. And Lifeline of Ohio made that possible. And they've embraced me with open arms, and they've allowed me to help other people in these situations and talk about Ariana, and even help the hospitals and the nurses and the doctors understand, you know, what kind of impact that they had in this process. Because if we didn't receive the love and the care from Lifeline of Ohio and Nationwide Children's Hospital, I don't think we would have been in that situation to say yes. And because it was just, it meant so much to us how they treated her, and how they treated my family, and how they treated me and Ariana's father. We had to say yes. And I'm thankful that they informed me that the little girl who received Ariana's heart, that she was able to go home 2 weeks after receiving the transplant. Thank you for Lifeline of Ohio. Really, you've made a difference in my life. And even giving these speeches, it was 12 years ago, but still to this day, I cry about it as if it was yesterday. But I love that I'm able to come here and speak about her, because it gives me back that strength each time I do. So thank you, and thank you for hearing my story.
Madam President, if I may, I want to just say thank you for your the courage to come and share that story, because that's not easy. You know, so much is happening in the world right now. You turn on the news, and every minute of the day is something to tap into our senses, and it may make you happy, it may make you sad, it may make you mad. But nonetheless, that's what's happening constantly. The story of Ariana is the best story of humanity. It's really what undergirds the hope that we all have for goodness in this world. And you we're hoping that she does something special. She did do something special, and the legacy of the story that you told is honestly a challenge for us all to be better humans, to be better members of humanity. When you were talking, I had to check and make sure I was a donor, and I am. And so, because I was like, man, if I'm not a donor, I gotta go sign up right away. But that's also the story of Ariana, is that there's somebody that's probably listening that said, you know what, am I a donor? Should I, be a donor? Had I not already been, I would have gone and signed up today. I would have changed my designation. And so again, just thank you for your courage to share your story, and we'll never forget Ariana, and always think about her contribution to humanity and society. So thank you so much.
Sure.
Thank you for coming and sharing your story today. And Brian, thanks for the work that you guys do. You guys have all heard me tell, my story over the years. Thankfully, I'm a recipient of tissue donation 25 years ago. So the work that you guys do is obviously hits home for me, and it's crucially important. So we thank you for all the work that you guys do, and glad that we are celebrating National Organ and Tissue Month. So appreciate it. So anyway,
25 years, isn't it long?
yeah, 25 years. And when it happened, I didn't expect that I would be here 25 years later. So, you do the work that you guys do, and the donations that you make do save lives.
What did you receive?
Aortic valve. So, anyway.
Yeah, well, thank you for sharing that. I don't know that I knew that. Thank you. Thank you, Brian, for being here. Thank you for sharing Ariana's story. I am a living organ donor. I donated my kidney, my left kidney, to my great aunt 22 years ago. It'll be 23 years this year. It allowed us to have many more years with her, and even though she passed away from something else, the time that we were able to have is invaluable. And people ask me, would I do it again? Absolutely. What Ariana was able to do for that family, and give that child an opportunity to have a life, is invaluable. And to Commissioner Boyce's point, I think your story is one of kindness. And I think we just need more of that in this world, and we can use a lot more of that today. Thank you for all that you all do to save lives every day, to give families more time with their precious loved ones. I don't know that I ever had a conversation with my children about organ donation. So now I know that I have something that I need to do to talk to them about it. They know that I donated my organ. They know all of that, but we've not had the conversation, and I hope their driver's license has that designation on it. But thank you for all that Lifeline does.
Of course.
It made a difference for my family.
Good. Happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for letting me be here.
Absolutely.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you, everyone.
So next, we will go to it is April Fool's Day. And if you've seen the House version of the budget for the Ohio House of Representatives, you would see that they have already started, because the budget is one that is a joke. So with that, we will go to the engineer's office.
Resolution number 24025, resolution approving the 2024 annual county highway system mileage report.
Good morning, Commissioners. Engineer Fowler, Franklin County Engineer's Office. The Board of County Commissioners is required to annually certify to the Director of ODOT the actual number of road miles under its jurisdiction which are used and maintained by the public in order for a portion of the state motor vehicle registration fees to to be distributed to Franklin County. This resolution certifies that the Franklin County's total road mileage for 2024 is 252.687 miles. This is a slight reduction from last year due to annexations, transfers, deductions, and vacations. Pending questions, I would ask for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, I will move approval of Resolution 24025.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 24025 has been adopted. Resolution number 24125, preliminary allocation and final encumbrance of county motor vehicle license fee $5 funds for the village of Lockbourne in the amount of $20,734.15.
The Village of Lockbourne has submitted a request for license fee funds to pay for the improvements of a portion of Row Road within the village limits. I have reviewed the proposed use of funds and have determined that they meet the allowable use. Pending questions, I would ask for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 24125.
Yes, second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 24125 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great one. Franklin County Data Center.
Resolution number 24225, resolution authorizing a contract modification with Granicus LLC for custom customer experience services in support of the One Franklin County website in the amount of $19,283.03 for a revised contract amount of $662,459.03.
Good morning, Julie Lust with the Data Center. The Data Center is committed to leveraging technology and innovation to enhance interaction amongst residents, businesses, and elected officials, ensuring that everyone receives the services they deserve. When the Board of Commissioners decided to update the franklincountyohio.gov website, their goal extended beyond merely adding new images and refreshing text. The board and the Data Center partnered to create a user-friendly website tailored to meet the needs of our residents, one that effectively serves the community by providing direct access to essential services. In 2024, the Board of Commissioners and the Data Center established the Voice of the County project team, which conducted 13 focus groups workshops, including 140 residents and 60 staff members. This engagement helped gather insight into residents' experiences and how they use the website. The feedback informed the development of human-centric design and journey mapping approach. The updated franklincountyohio.gov, set to launch later this year, is being developed using best practices derived from these focus groups. It will serve as a central platform where residents can access information, obtain services, and conduct business with the county. The new site will feature language translation, enhanced search functionality, an interactive Google map for locating services, and an easy-to-find section for career opportunities and feedback, helping us continuously improve our services. But this is just the beginning. We will continue to connect residents with information and services through a user-friendly website, expand this initiative to include additional agencies, courts, and boards, and provide even more services directly through the website. Pending any questions, we respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 24225.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 24225 has been adopted. Resolution number 24325, resolution authorizing a contract with Intellinetics Incorporated to migrate FCE MHS IntelliCloud document management platform data from the hosted Intellinetics environment to the on-premises IntelliView environment at the data center in the amount of $3,887.
Thank you. And expanding on our desire to continue to make things more efficient, we are going to migrate EMA's scanning application into the Franklin County Core. Pending any questions, I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
Joy Bivens, Deputy County Administrator of Health and Human Services. I just really wanted to make sure that we commended all the staff and everyone who worked on the new website. It is really user-friendly, and it's going to really assist our residents having to click and find and click and find and click and find. And I think, what was the term, Adam? One Franklin County, is that what it is? One Franklin County. So thank you all for all the work that you've done in this.
right, if there are no further comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 243-25.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Resolution number 243-25 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Hey, Madam President, may I just
Absolutely.
point of personal privilege, just wanted to point out the resolution regarding the website. I know that there are a number of folks here that we talked about in briefing this week, and we kind of flew through it there real quick. But again, if you don't mind, I think it's really important the public hears kind of what we're doing in the big scheme of things. I know this resolution isn't specifically that, but I would ask just maybe a deeper statement about our overall strategy to provide more access, more engagement with the public, and maybe a timeline on the launch of the new site.
Absolutely. Hello, I'm Sarah Gray. I am the Government Experience Manager with the Franklin County Data Center, leading the charge for the One Franklin County Initiative.
I didn't even know that was a title. That's great. The Government Experience Manager. I need your telephone number, yeah.
You got it.
Seek you out.
So I started with the data center in June of 2023 to lead this initiative, and staff from across the agencies, the 14 agencies in this initial cohort, I believe we've been working with about 50 staff, 20 probably on a more regular basis. I would be entirely remiss if I did not echo Joy's, Deputy Administrator Bivens comment. There is no way we would be in such good shape on this project, on this timeline, to be able to give Administrator Wilson a very good birthday present of May 14th go live date. I did not do that intentionally. But everyone has put in countless hours, so much care, so much attention to bring the best of the county to the website, to make sure that the residents are being connected more easily with the services that every single member of Franklin County provides. And I am incredibly proud and incredibly grateful. I would be happy to go into technical questions or anything like that if you'd like.
Madam President, I don't think there's a need to go into technical detail. However, I would maybe just implore to the administration of our ability to promote the access to this launch date and to the resources that it'll bring. That's a wonderful time of the year in Ohio, May, so we can probably count on beautiful weather. And so I maybe just challenge us to not just allow it to be a launch date where it goes live and hopefully whoever gets to see it sees it, that we spend some energy thinking very deeply about our promotion, because it's really theirs, the public's website. It's their ability to access their resources, their county. And so I challenge the administration to think creatively about a rollout, to think creatively about promoting that. Maybe even, this isn't the forum for it, but maybe even the use of our mobile units and different things that can really just let the public know we're here for them. This is their resources. As I said earlier, we live in a time of a lot of uncertainty around the direction of government. Where you fall on the political spectrum, there is a lot in the air right now. And we just want to ensure the residents of Franklin County that your county is here for you, that your county is providing the resources that you need to be as successful as you can in your neighborhood, your community, or whatever. And so that's my challenge to the administration. Let's just really make this a moment where this is truly about the folks that we serve and not about our dance and pony show of our song and pony show about how great the county is. This is really about, this is your county, your resources, your services, and we want to do our best to provide them to you. And so I just don't want to underestimate this moment in the launch. I think it's important, and it seems to be like it's a good job. I won't know until we see it, but just from what you said, it's a lot of minds, a lot of resources have gone into that, and I'm very hopeful that it's a significant upgrade to the public for their access. Thank you, Madam President.
Absolutely.
Ken?
Did
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kenneth Wilson, County Administrator. President Crowley, Commissioner O'Grady, Commissioner Boyce, yes, we have already been talking about avenues for the outreach, the BOC, CIO. I came over this office and I was saying, for example, with the coffee careers and more, when we had a mobile unit available, we could have data center, BOC, IT staff for residents to be able to test drive the website. We can do it at Convos and Crawley. We got the May 19th major male mental health summit, and we could have integrate that because it's an all-day event to have a kiosk set up and have residents and attendees be able to see and test drive one Franklin County. There's been 2 years of work put into this, but we still, you know, is part of our makeup to continue to get feedback from the public. So, you know, any website, you're always looking to have evolution or improvement in it. So we will be still getting feedback once we roll it out. But you know, there was a lot of internal and external feedback that went into this site. I think we really, I want to commend everybody that's been involved as well as the county administrator. And I know that the timing was just ironic. There's another major county event that day as well. It was just irony. But in all seriousness, this is a further extension of Franklin County's hyper-focus on ensuring that all of the benefits we have to offer to each and every resident is made available, and we're meeting them where they are. You all talked extensively on even the language that is used on this website so that it's understandable to everyone, and it's not just like Q2, R2, D2, Q2, and all these acronyms and things that people don't necessarily grasp. When people want what they need is what they need, and they want to be able to get to it in the most efficient, effective way possible. So this is another extension of One Door Franklin County, the mobile units. Now we're going to have one Franklin County. And we're going to keep all of this together, but there's one constant thing, DCA, baby. One is involved.
Yeah. I wasn't going to say anything, but one thing that Administrator Wilson did bring up is, like, this is every resident every day. We talk about how, you know, we're constantly thinking about how we can make the lives better and experiences better for our residents, I like to say our neighbors here in Franklin County, and give them every opportunity to thrive. And even though it's not just a website, people think it's just a website, but it is an experience. It is our front door to, you know, accessing government services or trying to navigate where to find things on the website, and it speaks to who we are. So putting this much effort into a customer experience or our neighbors' experience means a lot. And so I wanted to really just underscore how we really focus on every resident every day. And I love this board and administration where we eat, sleep, and breathe how to make the lives better. So thank you for your efforts in this.
Thank you all so much. I'm really looking forward to collaborating with administration and all of the agencies on our communications and engagement strategy to make sure that all of the hard work of meeting every resident every day where they are digitally does not go unnoticed.
Good.
Outstanding.
All right.
Madam President, I believe Economic Development and
Oh,
Planning is
well,
next.
yeah, I forgot we passed that already. All right. EDP, you're up.
Resolution number 24425, resolution authorizing an amendment to the Emergency Solutions Grant Service and Funding Agreement between the Franklin County Board of Commissioners and the Community Shelter Board to provide homeless and housing programs and services in Franklin County in the amount of $298,090.05.
Buenos días. Commissioners, Administration, Emmanuel Torres, Assistant Director of Economic Development and Planning. This board approved resolution number 0651-23 on August 22nd, 2023, thereby authorizing a funding agreement in the amount of $180,974 in ESG funds to the Community Shelter Board for the purpose of providing homelessness prevention services in Franklin County. The original contract's performance term was July 1st, 2023 through June 30th, 2024. The Shelter Board has requested an amendment to extend the performance date through December 31st, 2025. Additionally, an amendment to the funding sources is being requested. That amendment will now reflect $180,974 in ESG funds and an additional $117,116.05 in general revenue funds for a total not to exceed the amount of $298,9005. Pending any questions, I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 244-25.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 244-25 has been adopted. Resolution number 245-25, case number ANX-05-25, resolution to authorize the detachment of 50.251 acres, more or less, from the city of Columbus.
Commissioners, the next two resolutions are similar in nature. The Prairie Township owns property located in the city of Columbus and the unincorporated area of the township, and the township seeks to detach the property from the city in order to further grow their community center and related park and recreational opportunities. Approval of this resolution will return the territory to Prairie Township. The area to be detached, as described in the petition, includes 3 parcels located on Ash Park Drive. The city has passed an ordinance assenting to the detachment, and they have entered into an annexation agreement with Prairie Township indicating that services will be provided once the annexation is approved. The petition meets all statutory requirements outlined in Section 709.038 of the Ohio Revised Code. And pending any questions, I request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 244-25.
Second.
Commissioners, 245-25.
I'm sorry, 245-25.
Still second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 245-25 has been adopted. Resolution number 246-25, case number ANX-06-25, resolution to authorize the detachment of 3.042 acres more or less, 6.111 acres more or less, and 110 acres more or less from the city of Columbus.
Commissioners, this resolution is to consider the detachment of these 3 parcels collectively adding up to approximately 119.153 acres from the city of Columbus. Approval of this resolution will return the territory to Prairie Township. The area to be detached, as described in the petition, is located on West Broad Street at Rockbrook Crossing Avenue and Galloway Road. The city has passed ordinance assenting to the detachment and have entered into an annexation agreement with Prairie Township indicating that services will be provided once the annexation is approved. The petition meets all statutory requirements outlined in Section 709.038 of the Ohio Revised Code. Once again, pending any questions, I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 246-25.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 246-25 has been adopted.
Muchas gracias. Have a great day.
You too. Next, we have Justice Policy and Programs.
Resolution number 247-25, resolution authorizing the Franklin County Administrator to enter into a memorandum of understanding with Franklin County Children's Services for the implementation of protocols for ongoing collaboration between the court-appointed special advocates of Franklin County and Franklin County Children's Services involving children that both entities serve.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. I'm Kevin Greenwood, Deputy Director of Survivor Services and CASA Franklin County. The Memorandum of Understanding before you this morning is a renewal of a similar document executed in 2019 and outlines the protocols for ongoing collaboration between court-appointed special advocates of Franklin County and Franklin County Children's Services as it pertains to children that both entities are serving. The term of this agreement is April the 1st, 2025 through June the 30th, 2029. Pending any questions or comments, I would respectfully ask for your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 24725.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 24725 has been adopted.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Next up, we have purchasing.
Resolution number 24825, resolution approving purchases for various Franklin County agencies in the amount of $2,542,418.25.
Good morning, Commissioners. Megan Perry Balinier, Director of Purchasing, and I'm joined this morning by Andrina Austin, Economic Equity Administrator for the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. This resolution, Commissioners, requests your approval of 100 purchase orders for which the county auditor has pre-certified available funding, and Andrina has the supplier diversity data for you.
Thank you, Megan. Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. 8 of the purchase orders being presented are being awarded to small and emerging businesses totaling $101,559.74. These awards are dispersed as follows: 2% to small and emerging businesses, 3% to women-owned businesses, and 3% to minority-owned businesses. Once approved, 8 agencies will provide equitable and inclusive opportunities to small businesses this week. And these agencies are the Clerk of Courts, the Data Center, Emergency Management, Engineer's Office, Prosecuting Attorney's Office, Public Facilities Management, the Sheriff's Department, and Veteran Service Commission. Year-to-date, Franklin County Board of Commissioner agencies have awarded 180 purchase orders to small and emerging businesses to total $13,332,417.38. And pending any questions or comments, we respectfully request your approvals.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 24825.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 24825 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Resolution number 24925, resolution approving purchases for various Franklin County agencies in the amount of $10,205,790.50.
Commissioners, this resolution requests your approval of 5 purchase orders. The county auditor has pre-certified available funding, and pending any questions, I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 24925.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes. I'll be abstaining.
Resolution number 24925 has been adopted with Commissioner Boyce's noted abstention.
Did you see the look that she gave me just now? Oh, my gosh.
Thank you.
Sorry. Wasn't paying attention.
Next up, we have Board of Commissioners.
Resolution number 25025, resolution to designate the official representative and alternate for the purpose of voting at the annual meeting of the County Commissioners Association of Ohio in 2025.
Good morning, Commissioners, County Administration. Michael Rummett, Assistant Director of Community Appointments. This resolution will designate Commissioner Erica C. Crowley as the official representative and Commissioner John O'Grady as alternate, both in their official capacities, for the purpose of voting at the annual meeting of County Commissioners Association of Ohio in 2025. Pending any questions, we respectfully ask for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 25025.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 25025 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, do we have any journalizations?
We do, we have 4.
Oh. I'm sorry.
Can we not do a better job of spreading these out?
Maybe I shouldn't announce the number. Case number ANX-09-25, an expedited Type 2 annexation petition, ANX-09-25, was filed with the Franklin County Economic Development and Planning Department on March 21st, 2025. The petition is requesting to annex 0.831 acres from Jackson Township to the city of Grove City. The petition will be considered by the Board of Commissioners on April 29th, 2025. The site is 2136 Sonora Drive, PID number 160-000440. Case number ANX-10-25, an expedited type 2 annexation petition. ANX-10-25 was filed with the Franklin County Economic Development and Planning Department on March 19th, 2025. The petition is requesting to annex 13.618 acres, more or less, from Franklin Township to the city of Columbus. The petition will be considered by the Board of Commissioners on April 29th, 2025. The site is 1350 Dyer Road, PID number 140-007141. Case number ANX-11-25, an expedited type 2 annexation petition. ANX-11-25 was filed with the Franklin County Economic Development and Planning Department on March 19th, 2025. The petition is requesting 22.1 acres from Jackson and Franklin Township to the city of Columbus. The petition will be considered by the Board of Commissioners on April 29th, 2025. The sites are as follows: 3041 Jackson Place, PID number 160000078, 2829 Jackson Place, PID number 160-002509, I-71 right-of-way, PID number 160800182. And finally, the documents presented to each of you today have been sent to your offices via email and are being journalized as required under Resolution Number 39224, Intergovernmental Agreements, Resolution Number 91624, County Administrator to execute access right-of-way, use agreements, and estoppel certificates, Resolution Number 91824, no-cost amendments, and Resolution Number 91924, subscriptions and leases. The clerk's office has been tracking each contract signed by the county administrator under this authority as required by this resolution. The list provided to you today will be captured in today's meeting minutes.
All right, next, Board of Commissioners.
Resolution Number 25125, resolution of the Franklin County Board of Commissioners to convene into executive session for the purpose of considering personnel matters.
Move to convene into executive session to consider the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, or demotion, or compensation of a public employee or official.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution Number 25125 has been adopted to convene into executive session.